Celtic supporters celebrating their team's title win last year at the Tron Gate, and their fans will be returning to do the same this weekend after securing this season's Scottish Premiership title. But some people living in the city have concerns about the mess that's created and the behaviour of supporters during title celebrations. The main issues are the lack of toilets on the streets and the volume of rubbish that's left behind.
What needs to happen is you need to provide structure, toilet facilities, a bit of entertainment, and either the stadium, Celtic Park, is ideal, or Glasgow Green. Even here could work if they structured it, brought toilets, put a band here in the middle, policed it better. It's bringing business to the city, so I'm sure it swings and roundabouts. They're gaining it. The local shops are gaining out of it. So I don't think the bill is the issue. The issue is how they approach it. They don't want to sanction it as an event, which is silly because they know it happens every year. Make an event out of it. Put some nice bands on at Glasgow Green. Toilets is one of the biggest issues because a lot of kids that come down for this event and they're not catering for them. Plus, the policing's got to be a bit more friendly, a bit more organised, say, the do's and the don'ts. You can't climb up to the top of the toll booth and dive bomb off, or you can't climb up here because there's a 45-foot drop onto the railway. Things like that.
A lot of the pubs here are Celtic orientated, so they'll come into this area anyway, regardless of what we think. But no, if there's any problem down the street, we just close the door. I mean, I don't think either teams should take over the city at any given time. So yeah, from that point of view, yeah, it should maybe be given a space somewhere to celebrate. Yeah, as much as it's a celebration, it can be a hindrance as well. So traffic can't move, bookings can't get into our business, that kind of thing. So yeah, I would agree with getting it somewhere out with.
Glasgow City Council have released a statement. There can be absolutely no justification for celebrations that lead to the kind of disorder, vandalism and violence that has been a persistent feature of gatherings at Tron Gate and George Square at the conclusion of recent football seasons. At the same time, the council has always been clear that it will support any efforts made by clubs to organise or host sustainable or safe celebrations for supporters. Well, some businesses are old hands at the title celebrations, but feel that perhaps the city centre isn't the best location, while for others it's their first time. So will they remain open, and what advice have they been given?
Honestly, I like to see things for myself first before I can actually make an opinion about it. I did hear that it could get a little rough, so it's more like I heard good and I heard bad things about it. So it's my first time, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little excited, I would say, just to see what is really happening. But I'm just going along with my day, normal, working in any restaurant, and hope we have some customers.
I think you'll have plenty of customers, so no plans to close?
No plans to close, definitely not. We will be open from 12 till 1 o'clock.
Yeah, and hopefully full with supporters coming in and celebrating.
Yeah, supporters, anybody is welcomed. We don't really close the door and say no, you can't come inside. So once you come inside and you behave and you spend money in the restaurant, you're welcome to come.
Well, I will stay closed because I got advice to stay closed due to be a very crowded venue. Will be very crowded, so I got advice to stay closed because there's not going to be many people around coming in for coffees and stuff. So
I mean, it is going to be busy. People probably would come in, but I think some of the fears...
Use the toilet, probably. Just use the toilet, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one of the main concerns is that, there aren't enough toilet facilities. And that's a real problem.
I am open to the public, obviously, if someone wants to come in and use the toilet, I'm always welcome. But it would be too much to keep it under control. Maybe there's alcohol involved, so you never know who's going to come in, and so it's better to stay closed.
Is that the major concern, the fact that there is alcohol involved, there is large numbers of people involved?
Well, it's going to be a rowdy crowd after all. They're going to be all hyperactive and happy, and of course it's a party mode. Alcohol will be a big part of it, and it's unpredictable. Some people might get a little bit,
And what about, do you think it should be perhaps held in a different location? Some
Definitely
people said...
in a different location, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm all up for celebrating, especially football. I love football, but maybe not in a central location such as this one, because there are lots of shops, lots of houses as well. So probably it's not very good for the neighbourhood in general.
So there'll be another title celebration at the Tron Gate this weekend, but given the lack of facilities, the behaviour of some supporters and the volume of rubbish left behind, many feel it's now time to have a rethink and move these events out of the city centre.